Welcome to our new episode on Pentecost. Today we will continue our reflection on the resurrection shows the unlimited capability of God. But the believers who have faith in God believe in the resurrection and the last day. The resurrection shows unlimited capability of God. All the abilities of man stand still before death. Both his power of intelligence and science and even his mind seem helpless before its potency. But the Holy Bible teaches us that with men it is impossible, but not with God, for with God all things are possible. God is omnipotent. Both life and death are at his hand. He vitalizes and himself puts to death. He can raise man from death. As he has created him from the dust of the earth, he can bring him back to life after the incorporation of his body into death inside the dust of the earth. God, who has the ability to create everything from nothingness, can also raise man from death. The resurrection proves God's love as well as his magnificence. God, who did not wish to be alone in the universe, has originated and created creatures, amongst which was man. But after man's death, God did not wish him to perish, and through his love and his generosity donated him life after death in order that his existence might be incessant, not for a time but forever. Thus God has endowed the mortal man with immortality. The resurrection is something gladdening. By means of it, men will meet with their friends and loved ones who departed from this life. What will be the case of the lovers whose hearts unite together during their life on earth and are separated afterwards by death? I wonder, will it be an eternal separation without any connection or meeting in the future? Of course, God's love and mercy do not tolerate that matter. After death, the spirits of lovers and friends will meet together, but after the resurrection, they will see each other with their bodies and spirits. It will be a general meeting in which not only shall we meet with our friends, but also with all generations that passed through history. After the resurrection, there will be a great festival made by God, in which all men will become acquainted with one another. In this wonderful festival, we shall be acquainted with all historical personalities about whom we have read without seeing them or knowing their shapes or their styles and dialects, whether they were governors or rulers or scholarly or idolists. Perhaps God may send his angel to acquaint us with all the fathers and apostles, and also we shall see fathers Adam, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Job. We shall also see our mothers Eve, Sarah, Elizabeth, Rebecca, Rachel, and in the front of all of this, our mother, the Virgin Saint Mary. The resurrection presents to us many other joys as the association with the angels and the saints. Above them all, the enjoyment of being in the presence of God himself, before which the mind becomes so astonished and delighted that a person cannot express himself. It is sufficient for him to relish and enjoy its sweetness. The resurrection carries within itself an operation of equipoise and compensation. Those who did not receive their merits on earth will get them completely in heaven after the resurrection, and those whom the human race treated with injustice will receive complete heavenly justice as well. Also, those who offered their charities in secret without telling anyone will get their reward in heaven, because God used to record their good deeds in order to reward them. God will also repay all those who were not rewarded by earth for their good deeds. In the resurrection, men will perceive that God's judgments differ from those of men, and that his justice will be completed in heaven. Moreover, those who were born under certain circumstances or in special environments which could not guarantee for them happiness and social equality will be compensated by God for everything they could not get on earth. See the story of the rich man and Lazarus in Luke 16. In the resurrection, man is brought back to his first rank. His spirit restores his dignity, and the body gets back to its radiance. Moreover, the body as well as the soul will have a kind of revelation and glory. Both of them will get rid of their deficiencies. Thus, the Holy Bible said about the body, it is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised in spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. By the resurrection, the body gets rid of all its illnesses, infirmities and deformities. It appears in full radiance. The soul also will be cleared of its sickness and defects. There will be no fear, no doubt, no hesitation, no anxiety, no bestial passions, and no cowardice, and so forth. The philosophers who used to search for the Superman will find him in the resurrection. The man of the resurrection will be in his best form. All will have luminary bodies. Everyone will shine according to his own standard. The dream of humanity will be ascertained, and a righteous, complete society will come to existence. In the city of God, about which St. Augustine has given some descriptions, there are no combats, no dissension, no disagreement, no hatred, no selfishness, and no competition. It will be a society of love and sanctity. In the resurrection, men will lead a simple, innocent life. The Bible says they become like God's angels in heaven. In it, sin vanishes and the body yields no more to it or depravity. The body is completely cleansed from sin. God wishes it to become whiter than snow. Thus man lives a spiritual standard fit for heaven and its purity. The resurrection, the indigenous obtains victory over the foreigner. Truth overcomes falsehood because truth is the former and the origin, while the untruth is foreigner, exotic in regard to this world. In the resurrection, life triumphs over death because life is the origin and the source, while death is a stranger. Man is composed of spirit and body. The spirit is living and active by its nature and will remain so forever, but the body, which was disposed to death when it was on earth, will become an immortal, intimate and spiritual one after the resurrection. Man will have a spiritual perception. He will never depend on his bodily senses. Thus, man struggles and does his best on earth in order that he may enjoy the glories of the resurrection. But not all men will enjoy such glories. They will only be for the worthy, because after the resurrection there will come the last judgment, in which all people will stand before the just God. And behold, I am coming quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to everyone according to his work. Well, this is all we have for you today. We hope to see you in our next episode on Pentecost.